Okay, this is a demonstration about how to use pivot table to analyze data. Now we have 3 questions here. Which medical treatment has been booked most so far this year? Which month we have the highest number of appointments? Which treatment has been booked most in the months where we have the highest number of appointments? Now these questions, 3 questions are based on the single spreadsheets. So let's see, in the appointments records, we have the time appointments is made. Okay. And now that's the date and time. So at that specific date, specific time, appointment is made. Now those data cannot be repeated. And we also have type of appointments or different types of treatments. And we have it asking whether you have referred doctor or not, and the patient's name, first name, last name, and our title. And we have session, which session would you prefer, and we have preferred doctors, and we also have preferred months and preferred date, and which employee made this appointment for you. So 3 questions. Question 1 is ask you which treatment has been booked most so far this year. In another word, we look at the data on the type of appointment and we find out which one has the highest number. Okay, we count each type of the appointment and find out which one has the highest number. So if we decided to use pivot table, we follow those steps. We click the insert button, then we click pivot table. All right. In step 1, we need to pick up the range of data. In default, the entire table is selected. So if you see, in this case, it's A1 to L244, okay, because we only have 243 records plus 1 row headings. So we have 244 rows. Now we want to display the results on the separate worksheet. So we pick up this option, new worksheet, and press OK. Now I want to count the number of appointments for each type of treatment. So we use type of appointment in the row label. Okay, you also can move type of appointment to column. So it's a different way to display the data. Now I do it row labels, and I want to count different type of appointments. Now each appointment can be represented by the data on the timestamp. Okay, because this data is more like the IDs. The data there cannot be repeated. So we use timestamp in the values under the values area. Now, in sometimes you want to, instead of counting, you want to summation. So what you do is you click the drop down list box and the button, arrow button there. Then you click value field settings. Here you're allowed to choose different types of functions. Okay. So now custom name is count of stamp. You even can change the name. Let's say appointment count. Appointment. Okay, number of appointments. Let's see. All right. Now the next thing is we need to sort the data. Okay, so because we want to display the number of appointments in the descending order for each month. So what we do is we pick up the drop-down list box and we click more sort options, and we pick the descending from Z to A, instead of type of appointments, we pick up number of appointments and press OK. See, the data changes. Massage therapy is the most popular one. Okay, so that's my question 1. Which medical treatment has been booked most so far this year? Right. So the data tells me, the result tells me massage therapy is the most popular one. If I write here, I'll give you the name, let's say question 1 answer. Right, now let's look at the second question. Which month we have highest number of appointments? So similar as question 1, in question 2, we repeat the same steps. We click the insert button, we pick up pivot table, or we select the whole range of data, so from A1 to L244. We display the results on a separate spreadsheet. We press OK. Well, this time I want to count the number of appointments based on each month. So we pick up preferred months as the row labels, and we count timestamps. Okay, in other words, we're counting number of appointments. Right, and in the sort option, I pick more sort option, descending order of preferred, not preferred months. I use count of timestamp. Okay, and I press OK. If you're not happy with the headings count of timestamp, you can change it. Say, for example, in the value field settings, show value as, you write number of appointments. Press OK. Okay. So you know April. In April, you have highest number of appointments. All right. So that's actually question 2. Q2 answer. Now in the question 3, okay, which treatment has been booked most in the month? We have the highest number of appointments. So we have 2 conditions. We need to find which month has highest number of appointments. We also need to find out in that month which treatment has been booked most. So it's double conditions. Now how do we do that? There's a number of ways to do that. Let's say we start with a very dummy way. The dummy way we do is we look at the question 2 answer. We know in April we have the highest number of appointments. So all we need to do is we find out which treatment has been booked most in April. Okay. In another word, we're looking at all appointments in April. Okay. So all we need to do is go back to appointment table, spreadsheets, and we go to the insert. We select the pivot table and select the whole range of data, and we display the results on separate worksheet and press OK. Now this time I want to display type of appointment. I want to count the number of appointments, and I change the heading from count of timestamp. I change it to appointment. I press OK. Now, extra things. We need to count the number of appointments in April, right? So we add preferred months to the report filter, because we do the filter there, right? Once we drag the preferred months to report field sections, you will see there's top filter there. Okay, instead of display all, we pick up April and press OK. Okay, whatever happens, it will display all the appointments under April, for April only. So in these cases, if we sort the data in the descending order of number of appointments, press OK, you will find diabetes education and nutrition education, two of them, or have highest number of appointments. Right, so that's actually question 3. And we call it version 1. Now the version 2 is slightly smarter in the 2007 pivot table. Instead of display the data in 1 dimension, we look at the data in 2 dimensions. Okay, so what means we select the whole table and we click insert pivot table. Okay, we use the same range of data. Sorry. Okay, just pick anywhere on the tables and we click the insert button, pick up pivot table. Okay, make sure you select the same range of data A1 to L244 and display the results on the separate spreadsheets. Press OK. Now this time we want to display 2-dimensional data. We want to display type of appointment in a row, and I also want to display preferred months in column. Okay, so we have column and row. Now I also want to display the number of appointments for each one. Right? So after I've done that, you can see the details. What it means in March, there are 5 appointments for diabetes education. Okay, there are 4 appointments for mammogram. Okay, so we have details. It's 2-dimensional data, and that's a grand total there. Now you will notice they are actually not sorted. So what you need to do is you pick up column labels. Okay, you pick up more sort options. And what you need to do is define the first sorting order. We sort the number of appointments for each month first. So we sort the record from Z to A by count of timestamp. Okay, so instead of, alright, so we do that. Okay, see, we're sorting the data based on the by the number of appointments in the descending order. Now if I change the heading there, instead of count of stamp, I use number of appointments. Make more sense. Right, so in April we have highest number of appointments. Now which treatment has been booked most? Well, all I need to do is just sorting this, or sorting the data in this column. So all I need to do is very simple. You go to the data and you sort in descending order, largest to smallest. Okay, so whatever happens, you will find out diabetes education and nutrition education, they have the 2 highest number of appointments in April, and April is the month we have highest number of appointments for the entire year. Okay, so that's answer the question 3. So if I use question 3, answer way 2. Okay, so that one should be question 3. Also way 1. Okay, so there are 2 approaches. Now there are other approach we can use, and you can find out by yourself. Okay, now that's the demonstration about how to use pivot table to analyze the data.